You're welcome back to my show. So this year, I've made a conscious decision to do episodes concerning specific topics in a form of series. It's of great importance to me. The challenges I have for these particular series are that the vast majority of my targeted audiences don't understand English. Many cannot speak or understand French as well, and I can't speak their local languages. How is this going to work or play out, knowing that a sizable number of their population are not on the internet? Well, it's going to be tough, but I cannot allow this challenge to derail my purpose in throwing light on these issues. Let's give it a shot, shall we? Let's go. You are welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cyrus, and this is toontumnetwork in Accra, Ghana. Kindly subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment when you find my content interesting. Niger or Niger is the third on my list, and if you live in West Africa, you should have experienced them already. It is the sixth largest country in Africa with over 27 million population. It is larger than Nigeria and South Africa. Their capital is Niamey. This is the country that experienced coup on 26th of July 2023, when the presidential guard detained the president, Mohamed Bazoum, and took over the seat of leadership of Niger. There are many serious problems going on in Niger for which African news should speak or focus on. But one particular problem in Niger that has to do with education is my focus in this series. You see, Niger has the youngest population in the world. Almost 50% of the population are below the age of 15. That's over 13.5 million young boys and young girls. However, this same country has the most uneducated population in the world. More than 80% of the citizens of Niger are illiterate. They cannot read, they cannot write. It's as bad as that. Mind you, the official language is French, even though they have other languages like Arabic and Hausa and so on. Yet they still cannot read or write in those other local languages. And for anyone, especially for those of us in West Africa who get to meet them in our streets, you can do your own verification by trying to engage them in anything that has to do with speaking French or writing or reading in any particular language. Ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely true and disastrous. The future of that landlocked country has no foundation. And if you don't think education is important, try this. Try having any form of meaningful discussion with an illiterate and determine for yourself how much progress you will make. I promise you, you wouldn't make much of a progress. On the internet, Niger has 6 universities, of which 1 belongs to the federal government, 2 belong to the state government, and 3 are privately owned for a population of 27 million people. So let's attempt to ask and find an answer to the first question, which is, what has caused this level of mass illiteracy? Niger is currently on their 7th republic, meaning there have been 5 successful coups in that country since independence, which sort of explains the reason behind their truncated nature in the educational system. According to all major websites, Niger or Niger has the worst educational system in the world, worse than in Afghanistan and in North Korea. Niger has a 22.4% internet penetration rate, which is one of the lowest, the very lowest in Africa, simply meaning that more than 3/4 of the population of Niger is without access to the internet. So they wouldn't know much about what's happening around the world outside of what their television or radio may choose to tell them. So why is a nation full of such numbers of minors with little to no form of education? It is reported that in many places it is more dangerous to go to school than to stay home because militias may abduct you, and that might be the last time your family sees you. There clearly seems to be no interest from the ruling class in bringing any form of enlightenment to the people, fearing that an educated mind won't be easily controlled. So the lack of political will, religious reasons, militias, and economic hardships have been some of the contributing factors behind this mass illiteracy crisis in Niger. As a foreigner looking in, this is my first question to the people and leadership of Niger. In 20 years, I'm asking you, in 20 years, all your minors will be in their 30s. Where will your engineers and lawyers and doctors and technical people to manage your country come from? In an information technology era where everything is competitive, how prepared are your citizens to compete in the global marketplace? Is this an issue the leadership of the country acknowledges as a problem, or is this clearly a case of privileged few people being provided with the advantage to keep a cycle going? Because this cycle appears to be deliberate and targeted at the vast majority of the people to maintain a certain type of society. Is this an ideal situation for a country that's been independent since 1960? Now, in as much as the military government has the support of the people, what are they going to do about this mass illiteracy problem in Niger? Those are the kind of questions we should be asking the military government that has taken over Niger. What are you going to do about this? Because a vast majority of your people cannot read and cannot write, and that is a recipe for disaster. According to a UNICEF report, 42% of teenage girls are enrolled in primary schools, and only 5 out of every 19 teenage child is able to complete their primary education. Your people are scattered in the major streets of Accra, the capital of Ghana. When you try to speak with them in any language, they don't understand. The ones that are able to respond are those that have been in the country for long and are able to speak our local languages. We have a free education system in Ghana for which their parents can enroll them. But no, they will rather keep them in the streets to beg for alms as a source of income. It appears this is some sort of a business thing that is going on almost everywhere in West Africa. Before age 15, many of their girl child in Ghana are already pregnant with a baby. This is the cycle they are continuing in Ghana, and I'm pretty positive that they are doing the same thing or similar things in other African countries, since it's easier for them to just walk in from Niger. Yes, they literally walk from Niger to wherever they purpose to go. Where is the future in this? You are breeding disaster for your own country and the rest of Africa. Niger is the world's 7th largest producer of uranium and the 3rd in Africa behind Namibia and South Africa. Uranium is a radioactive material, most widely used fuel for nuclear energy and other health-related treatments like cancer. So quite a number of foreign powers are interested in getting their hands on it. And as a matter of fact, the just ousted president of the country had signed a series of explorations, deals with different European countries in search of more deposits of uranium and lithium. This lack of political interest in educating the people appears to be more deliberate than normal. Somebody, some group, some organization or system is simply making sure that the people are kept in the dark as long as it serves their purpose. And this too must change. This is my first episode in this series talking about the illiteracy crisis in Niger, so I'll pause it here. You can help me in translating this in a language they will understand and share with them. I'll take up an issue with a different country in Africa in my next episode. Kindly remember to also subscribe, like, share, leave a comment if you want more of such topics. Until I come your way again, God bless you, and it's bye-bye for now.